cooking is my passion and I'm a creative person, so it gives me both. So that is why I have opted this career option. Actually, it gave me flexibility where I can take care of my house and my family. Along with that, I can have extra income. Another source of income is really, really important in current stage. So that was the main factor how I started.
We first shifted here in 2008. I was 8 years old. We lived here till 2012, and when after that we went to Indrapuram and then came back here in 2018. So I think, like she said, we've shifted a lot of times, and we've been to quite a few cities maybe, but I've spent most of my life in the Delhi NCR region, and I think that is where I sort of identify these. This is the place that I identify most with. Quite often, people ask me, "Where are you from?" and I don't have the answer to that question. I've asked my parents a lot of times as well, and even they wouldn't know about it. So, I mean, I respond in a way that okay, I've lived most of my life in this city, so perhaps I'm from here. Um, in with what Gurgaon means to me, I don't really think that there is something very. I don't think that I'm very sort of open enough, or I would explore the city. I've explored the city enough for it to mean a lot to me. Um, in terms of access, definitely it is there, and sort of access to opportunities in terms of college opportunities or educational. It is also a little farther away from our close relatives. So I've mostly lived away from my grandparents. So I think that is also in some ways affected my personal space. So I think that is one thing, but I don't think it's very specific to Gurgaon. So that's one thing I do like about this area, is that it's very close to the northern part of the country, so I can easily travel to places which perhaps would have been difficult if I was living somewhere else. So that's been my experience so far.
See, my husband was in transferable job. I was from a business family and my husband was from service background. So we kept moving from one place to another. So a lot of times I wanted to do something, but I was always dependent on wherever he goes. I have to go along with him. So obviously I wanted to do something for my own identity and some extra income. But again, income was the second thing. Identity is also important, but there was not much options available. So I thought like this business is something which can give me both. And over here I'm working on my skills so that wherever he goes, I can do my business from anywhere. So that was the appealing factor for me. In baking, you get different ideas, different things all the time, and designing and everything is motivational factor, like every day you are working on different design. In cooking, how often can you decorate your dal or sabji or raita in different manner. So over here, like I can use my creativities also, my creative ideas into my baking. So that is why baking won over the cooking skills. Initially I started with friends and family, and they really were okay to order from me initially. And when they started liking my preparation, then word of mouth is the biggest medium for any marketing things. So it was all word of mouth. Till today I haven't done any marketing, but it's all word of mouth, like how my business has grown from that level to this, where it is right now. Maximum I have made 8 cakes, but yes, on daily basis is 2 to 3 cakes in a day. I am still comfortable working from home because it gives me comfort also. In a proper bakery, that means you need to have a proper support system, a good manpower, number of employees, and lot of other headaches also managing the staff and other things. So I am yet to explore that. See, everything has its own pros and cons. Like difficulty, yes, when you're mixing business and family or together. So everybody cannot understand or give the priority to your work. People can feel if you are at home, that means you are available. you may not be available, especially, okay fine, your family will, immediate family will understand. Sometimes you may have some guests coming, or maybe in-laws or parents. Everybody will feel like, okay, you are at home, so that means you are available, you are free. They cannot see the pressure what you have in your head. If you have multiple orders and all, like, you really cannot convey the message. Even if you are available, it doesn't mean you're free. My immediate family, I mean, they were always supportive. And whatever I do, like, lot of time when there was a festive time and there were a lot of orders, and obviously initially I had no other help, so everybody used to help me, my husband, my daughter. Everybody used to sit together and take the load from me and help me, even doing the packaging and preparing things and everything. Like, sometimes, like, once I got the order at 12 midnight, and I realized, like, I have to bake the cake because next day was the delivery date. So I had to do the preparation. So me and my husband, we got up at night and we started doing the preparation so that next day we can execute the order on the time. So I'm really blessed to have such support system. They were happy seeing me happy, बिकॉज उनको पता है कि ये इसको खुश रखना है, तो इसको इसके काम को करने दो. अगर थोड़े दिन भी ये खाली बैठ जाएगी तो हमारा सर खाएगी. तो दे वर ऑलवेज हैप्पी मी वर्किंग. Though we have always had enough money to have a good decent life, but still, like, small things matters. Like, as in service background, you cannot go, I mean, all out, and you cannot spend a lot of money in one go. But sometimes obviously you have to take care of your all the expenditure, and you have to think, spend wisely. So in that way, like, sometimes ऐसा भी होता है ना कि बहुत खर्चा एक साथ हो गया, और समटाइम्स जब बहुत खर्चा हो तभी आपको कोई ड्रेस पसंद आ गई. सो लाइक एनी, डजेंट मैटर हाउ सपोर्टिव योर हस्बैंड इज़, बट इफ़ समबडी विल से क्या ज़रूरत है, तो यू कैन नॉट डिस्क्राइब ज़रूरत टू एनी ऑफ your family member also, because at that time you just want to buy. So that was something, like, if you're working and if you have your own money, so at least you don't need to ask money from anyone, and that gives you freedom to spend on yourself or to pamper yourself for small things, whatever you want to do additional in life. Right from the beginning, I used to do something or other things, small things, but there was a time when I was not doing anything almost for more than 2 years. So by sitting at home and doing nothing was like, it was more of a depression, and I felt like stepping out and doing something. So that was the time when I thought ki any kind of work I'm okay, but yes, I was wondering what I am good at, because I was just graduate. So graduate people don't have much options in terms of job, and I haven't done any job in my whole life. So job was never the scenario. So, and obviously graduate ko kaun job dega. So when I used to think about what to do, so there was no answer. I mean, starting a business or doing anything, like, where you don't have any clarity, you don't see the light. When you don't see the light, you are willing to work or do anything and everything. So that was the time when I thought, okay fine, किसी के घर पे मुझे काम भी मिल गया, तो I can do anything. But कुछ 5-10 हज़ार रुपये भी मुझे अपने मिलते हैं, which I can spend from my own wish. That would be great. So that was the thing. Last year there was a family wedding, so my daughter wanted to, buy some new lehenga or something like that. So she said, "Mummy, ज़्यादा महंगा spend नहीं करना है, तो let's go to Chandni Chowk, Lajpat Nagar. We'll find something nice. I don't want to spend so much of money." And 3-4 दिन उसने मुझे इधर उधर बहुत घुमाया. Now going to such places, you will spend the entire day, and obviously when you go out, you'll eat out, because पूरे दिन तो भूखे नहीं रहोगे. जाना आना also takes lot of money. Obviously आप कैब में जाओगे, मेट्रो में भी जाओगे, तो we'll spend at least 1000-1500 तो खर्च होगा. So 2-3 दिन हम ऐसे ही बाहर गए, कुछ नहीं मिला, पसंद नहीं आया. So then in one shop, here only in Gurgaon, she found something which was decent, but it was just blouse and dupatta. Lehenga, she said, मैं पुराना पहन लूँगी, but it was matching with her entire look. But that was costing around 17,000. So she said, I don't want to spend so much of money only on blouse and dupatta, so it's better I will wear the old one. So I said, 4 दिन से तो मुझे घुमा रही है, जितना मतलब महंगा सस्ता, अगर और 4 दिन हम घूमेंगे, we'll spend almost the same amount. if I mean I can earn more than what we are, spending. I mean, in search of lehenga, right? So if I'm not working, if I'm away from home, that means my work is stopped. If I'm working from home, that means I will recover that money. So it really doesn't matter. I mean, you can buy whatever you want. I mean, 15-20 हज़ार का लहंगा तुम खरीदने के पहले सोच रहे हो, मैं एक दिन के 4 केक बनाऊंगी तो मैं 15,000 कमा लूंगी. So that was the thing. I mean, you know, to not to think that much. In fact, what you're thinking, that is महंगा. And then my husband said, हाँ बेटा मम्मी सही बोल रही है. And next day when I was just talking with my friend, and then she said, तू ये वही है जो तूने इतने साल पहले ये बात कही थी कि मुझे कोई भी काम मिलेगा 5,000 तब भी मिलेगा तो मैं कर लूँगी. And this is what you are today. So this is what your journey you have crossed, and you didn't even realize. So that was great. I feel like no matter how good your family is, how supportive your family is, but if a lady who is working, she earns the respect for her own self. I mean, from their children, from husband, they earn the respect, and respect is very important. Because हर कोई बहुत lightly लेता है. If you're just a housewife doing home chores, like I mean, people do respect कि हाँ मम्मी है तो सब काम कर रही है, हमारा ध्यान रख रही हैं, but they will not value your whatever effort you're putting in, no matter how good your children or your husband is. And this is a general statement which I'm making. I mean, for any of the women, I mean, out there, I mean, they earn the respect. नहीं तो उनको यही लगता है कि हमारी तो कोई वैल्यू ही नहीं है, हमारे काम की भी कोई वैल्यू नहीं है. Before COVID, my husband lost his job because of company shutdown. So that was a period when 3-4 months, I mean, he could not find another job. So that time I was working. So I was able to earn decent amount, which actually took care of all the home expenses and all. Rent, anyways, we would have managed because of savings whatever we had in hand that time. So it was not that painful. But अगर उसी को अब देखा जाओ कि if there is no second source of income, so then it really becomes difficult. First of all, I'm really blessed and thankful to him because of his extra push only, like, my life has not changed in comparison of lot of women's life changes when something like this kind of mishappening happens. So I'm still living in the same house, having the same kind of lifestyle, and I'm able to maintain just because of him, because he always pushed me to do something and contribute in finances and everything. So he always pushed me doing all that. So it actually did not change much, but yes, emotionally it did completely, but financially it's like, yeah, I know it's on my head now, there's no second source of income, but I'm grateful that I have a direction. There are a lot of women who don't even have a direction in life when something like this happens. And then बोलते ना आग लगे तो तुरंत आप कुआं नहीं खोद सकते हो, राइट, इमीडिएटली. सो इट्स अबाउट लाइक इस तरह की प्रॉब्लम्स के लिए आई वॉज लाइक प्रिपेयर्ड, और आई वॉज स्टेबल, आई वॉज अर्निंग. सो I mean, those kind of issues I have not faced when I was getting the inquiry about the cakes, the orders. So अगर मैं बैठना भी चाहती, अगर मैं और रोना भी चाहती, तो I did not had that time. And there was something which was pushing me, and my work was calling me, and I gathered myself back to my work. But अगर काम नहीं होता तो शायद वो possible भी नहीं होता. I would have been more into the depression side. If you talk about gender, so why it is always on a male's head that they have to take care of the family? Because I mean, as in woman, when we talk about equality, so I mean, it's both of the partners' responsibility. I think nowadays men are also very open, and they want their wives to work or contribute in financials. I mean, that is what I feel. Things have changed a lot from before.